So our boys grew up with wooden track in the house. We had lots and lots of track, and we would set it up. Eventually, we started setting it up in our community club and on our island community, and the families would get together. We'd play with trains, but being on the floor created some challenges. So in 2008, we got snowed in Seattle, which is fairly uncommon. And I used the week of being homebound to adopt some of the great ideas that model railroad clubs have with modular railways, only doing it with wood. And so using the track that we had in the house, we built a layout for our kids, and we took it to local train shows. And increasingly, I've been building layouts about one a year for groups that work with kids, charities. So the tracks were designed first by sketching things out on paper with pencil. Then they were modeled in CAD. And once they were designed digitally, a CNC file was created, and they were cut out of wooden boards. And the boxes that they're glued to, the trees were made out of upholstery fabric on carriage bolts. The buildings are photographs of buildings from various parts of the U.S. and glued to blocks. And then there's carpet and coconut mat, coconut fiber like a doormat, different materials used in the tables to finish it out. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina visiting my brother, and had just sent a train to the train museum there in Wilmington. And while the rest of my family went fishing, I was resting my back and planning ahead for the National Train Show in August here in Collinsville. And rather than drive our family's layout all the way to St. Louis and back, I thought, well, if there was an organization working with kids that would benefit from a wooden railway, that this would be an ideal fit. So I started looking online for things that within a day's drive of St. Louis, and almost immediately found the nickel plate station referenced on the web. So I reached out to SJ, and he put me in touch with Kristen Fries from Edwardsville Children's Museum, and we had a great conversation about what they were doing, their vision and their mission, and it was just a great fit.
It's pretty amazing that this kind of fell into our laps. This station was recently restored by the city of Edwardsville and a generous group of people that we called the Board of Conductors. They restored this amazing historical station, and the city decided to let the Edwardsville Children's Museum operate it. And so our first exhibit opened in November of last year. It was called Into the Arctic, which was an Arctic-themed exhibit with animals, ice fishing, dog sled, lots of different components related to climate change. That ran all through the winter, and then we needed another exhibit, and it's been so much fun. It just opened on Thursday of this week, so this is only day 2, and the reaction has been amazing. The kids come in so excited. They throw their hands in the air, run to the table. I mean, they're playing for hours. We built a whole exhibit around the table, so the entire station is themed around trains anyway. So on the wall, parents and caregivers can read about the history of the station, learn about that, while the children participate in all the different centers that we've set up related to the table.
So it's very rewarding to see it all come together. In this case, I actually started putting things in boxes before the layout was fully complete. So it wasn't until Wednesday this week when we pulled it all of the boxes and set it up was the first time I saw this layout fully assembled. And it was quite a relief to see everything fit together. It was played with for the first time yesterday, and it's just very rewarding to see kids enjoy the result. I think what's important is that, to me, it's really a great activity for kids and their parents and their grandparents to do together. Most kids have wooden track at home. At some point, when they're 5, 6 years old, they start to outgrow it. If they take what they have, just like model railroaders did 20 years ago, if you start with the trains that you have, and you do as a family, you create a table, and you use pictures and materials that you have, and you repurpose those. You can make a layout as a family and do that together. You can learn the basics of woodworking and sewing and crafts and gluing. To me, it's just a real community builder, and that's where the value lies.
I would love to invite all of you to take a look at our website. We're constantly offering new parties, events, special holiday-related activities for families and children. The ones that are coming up after this weekend, which is our grand opening of All Aboard, which runs all day on Saturday as well. We have Eggstravaganza, which is an egg hunt all over the city of Edwardsville, where families can drive from stop to stop, collect eggs, fill their baskets, and then stop here at the station and see the Easter Bunny. We also have an Earth Day celebration where we'll be teaching children and families all about how to help our planet. The first 25 families that come on Earth Day and also the day after Earth Day on April 21st and 22nd will receive a tree that they can take home and plant in their yard.